You show up on the beach, and there's deep claw marks in the sand, and there's big craters where the Tarrasque had jumped. And you look and you see Gummy fall. Not fall, but he's fallen. You see Zealous fallen. You don't see Kriegan anywhere. And that does not bode well, because the fight's right here.
Mm-hmm.
And as you walk through the portal, you see the mighty horn of the Tarrasque slam into Krangor, and he falls to the ground. With your last conscious thought, Krangor, you see overhead Sky Dancer, about 100 feet up in the air, flying, doing slow circles around the Tarrasque. And then your vision
smiling.
fades. And you start to die with a smile on your face. And you hear all 5 dragons. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 or 6?
There's a zombie dragon too.
Oh yeah, so there's 6 dragons. They all roar in unison. And they all begin to circle the Tarrasque. One goes in for a feint. It's Sky Dancer. She's the first. And she feints in low and claws the back of the Tarrasque, ripping out one of its spines, but doing no damage to it. She flies back in the air, and in her talons is a piece of the spine. She just drops it. Harmon Cost, okay, old one, now. And you hear the arcane language of magic, and this golden disc appears underneath the Tarrasque, lifting it up into the air 20 feet. And then you hear the voice of Harmon Cost join in, and it lifts another 20 feet. And these creatures, these mages, have their hands clasped like this.
Also, Jake, well,
and
thank you for
they're
the follow,
having
by the
their
way.
eyes closed,
I'm sorry I
and they're
missed
just
it. It was
chanting the spell
dealing with
over and over.
trying to get the fight so my friends don't die. But thank you again.
The Tarrasque tries
I appreciate
to run
that.
off of the disc and hit the ground, and the disc curves inward, bowling in the middle so that it's stuck. 20, 30, 40 feet, 50 feet, 60
Ryan
feet
Ross,
up in
hey,
the
thank
air.
you for the follow.
And Zariel flies overhead. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, you know that, right? To you, Ludder.
I just smile and go, that's a hell of
She
a
soars
fish.
over the circle of dragons,
Hell of a fish.
and they each come in. One rents it across the face, the Tarrasque, and does some good damage. That's the Onyx Dragon. He lands at the foot, and he starts clawing into his underbelly. Sky Dancer keeps peppering his face with her breath weapon over and over again, not doing anything more than just a bit of damage. Until finally, as the Dracolich comes in and starts to attack with his breath weapon and breathing undeath over the whole Tarrasque, you begin to see some of the scales chip. And they get more decrepit and pocky and like old scales, so like holes in them and decay. The 2 adult black dragons are just circling overhead, breathing their acid all to cover the Tarrasque, who thankfully is not immune to acid.
That's a win.
As Zariel flies directly into the center of the circle of dragons, about 200 feet above them, so about 250 feet up now. She salutes and prepares her sword for a charge. When you hear a voice behind you, Ludder, I wondered where the party was. There was a mixture of dark and light magic, one that I've never felt before.
Right.
What is this? And you turn, and you see that. And he walks up beside you and sits down, surveying what's going on as the dragons fight, the wizards fight, the angel begins to fight. The trees prepare stones, and they pepper the Tarrasque with bludgeoning attacks of boulders and just whipping them one after another from all like your 100 freaking treants. And Bahamut sits next to you. I don't believe we've been acquainted.
No, sir. I'm Ludder. It's a pleasure to meet you. Bow my head.
No, none of that. I see what you've done here. You've amassed all these creatures over months and months of kindness, sparing your hand where none others would, befriending the evil and the good,
Ryan Ross live. Hey,
bringing them
rated
all
with a
to a
party
greater
of
purpose
55.
to extinguish a life
Thank
that
you.
would kill
Welcome in,
all
guys.
of my followers.
We're just dealing with the
all of anyone's
Tarask.
followers.
I hope your session went well.
This is not something that is easily done. Ludder, I am
Yes.
Bahamut, this platinum dragon.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
Well,
Oh, sorry, I'm
if you would,
somewhat
ahead.
speechless. I didn't expect to
okay.
see you. I just
you can barely look at him. The sun glinting off of his platinum scales is almost blinding.
yeah, my friends, I needed help, and I figured I could ask other people that I had met along the way in our travels, and they would help because it's the right thing to do. Because we could stop it now.
It's funny, you never find a lack of people who want to complain, want to
Dictator, hey, thank you
cry,
for the follow.
want to manipulate, or any other dastardly action to get what they want. Yet they do nothing to enhance the greater good in this existence. Shameful. People decry the gods, saying, "You don't help." But really, how can we help when they will not help themselves? I cannot care more about an existence where its citizens do not care about the existence more than I do.
That's completely fair, but
But you,
mm-hmm.
sorry I interrupted you,
No, you're fine.
but you have seen past all that. You have never complained to the gods. You've never asked anything of the gods. I see red wizards, black dragons, a silver dragon. He nods to Sky Dancer. One of my angels is even beholden to you. And there's your party. On the ground. Did they go off to fight without you?
They were just trying to get me time. And they've fallen, and I have to go get them. I still
Let me
don't know
in.
where Kriegan is.
He's in the belly of the Tarask.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
Giving him hell, apparently. He is a stomachache, at least.
At least. I'm sorry. I have to go help them.
No. They'll be fine. May I remind you, you're talking to the Platinum Dragon.
You're right. I apologize.
Come sit with me. Let's watch this ordeal.
Yes, sir.
If I know Zariel, this should be over in a moment. Not even a Tarask can stop her. You know, Skydancer redeemed her. I had lost her. I missed her.
Well, to be fair, I didn't know her. I guess Skydancer did. And she asked her to come, which was nice. Really nice, because we could use the help.
I don't know. This seems a bit overkill, but I like unfair fights sometimes, especially when it's against evil.
Well, you see how big it is, and me. Overkill sometimes works. Definitely.
You know, most of my followers would be like, "Oh, Bahamut, would you come down and slay the Tarask?" You just found a way to put it at least in danger. We'll see what happens here in a minute.
Okay.
But you didn't ask anybody for any help until now.
No.
I have to give you credit. You're a very resourceful little creature. I
Thank-
like you.
Likewise. Thank you. And I'm gonna like sit nicely, very nervously.
The lunar dyad walk up next to you, and
It was great, honestly.
stand
Totally
tall and
exhausted. I
proud,
bet you guys went for a
Bahamut
long
goes,
time.
"Oh, miladies." And they look at him. Bahamut? This is Ludder. She's quite the amazing creature. I can see that. And you've heard over your travels how amazing and powerful Bahamut is. You finally get a glimpse at how much more powerful Saloon and Shar are over Bahamut. And there's a mutual respect given and taken there. One of the dragons screeches as the Tarask claws inside of its underbelly and pulls out his claw, and it's dripping with dragon blood, and it peppers all over the ground. And you hear Bahamut growl, and Saloon, no. We're not having any of that. And she twists her hands, and their wound closes.
Good.
Bahamut calms down. Like I said, overkill. It's going to be amazing. Let me tell you a story about Zariel while we watch this. And he relays to you the entire story of Zariel over the minutes this fight takes.
Mm-hmm.
About her fall and her reclamation. As the dragons continue to just take this Tarask apart piece by piece. Finally, Skydancer and the Onyx Dragon together reach under the carapace on the top of the Tarask, pulling with all their strength. You hear this sickly sucking sound, and then the carapace protecting his back is wrenched off, and you hear Shar go, "Won't be long now." And finally, the wings of Zariel quit their flapping, and she descends, slowly at first, and then quicker and quicker. And as she reaches terminal velocity, her wings begin to flap harder and harder, gaining speed, her sword leading the way, shining with radiant light. It pierces through the hard skin of the carapace, the skin of the Tarask, and she flies through it. There's a hole in the back of the Tarask. And as she exits the bottom, the disc fades. Both of the wizards are sweating massively. The arcane energy needed to keep such a big creature aloft for such an amount of time. Harmon Cost is passed out, and Exithanter is fading. His movements are slow. That took more magic than I thought. As you look up, the Tarask falls to the ground and is still. On top of Govey. No, I'm kidding.
No.
That's fair.
Falls to the ground. It does not move. In victory, the dragons roar and fly back to the ground and begin to make sure it's dead. And Bahamut looks at you and, there, see? You didn't need any to go down there and help them. You've massed quite a force. Do I need to worry about you storming the Celestial Palace? He says it with a smile.
No, of course not. But my friends, I have to go try to get them.
Your friends are fine.
Okay.
And they're not. We don't quite have room for them in the Celestial Palace at the moment, if you get my drift.
Uh-huh.
And as he says that, you see the silver scales of Krangor start to glint as he moves his head a little bit back and forth. Zealous stands up, waist deep in water. The hole that Zariel made allows Kriegan to climb out from inside of the terrace, covered in muck and sinew and pieces of muscle. And he's probably never looked better for Barbarian.
Just keep coming out swinging. Disgusting.
Your friends are fine, see?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Icarus just sits up. I forgot Icarus. Icarus just sits up.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Not again.
I just shut up. Hey, Ludder! Your plan fucking worked. And I just lay back down.
That was a great plan.
Did we win?
Kriegan, you look
Nigga,
around.
you just crawled out of it.
You looked around. You see, like, there's a hole, and you see this beautiful woman look over the hole. Yes, we won. And you see her wings. An angel. She reaches out a hand to help you out of the hole.
I reach out.
I'm sorry I'm disgusting. I was in his stomach.
Sorry, I'm so gross.
You can't fight a war and not come out a little bloody, right?
You should see his insides.
Oh, God.
I did. I went right through them. And she kind of like shows off that her armor's like totally clean.
That's fair.
Are you okay?
Acid just comes out of all my sinuses.
I've heard drowning is like the worst way to go, but I think drowning in acid tops that one. Yeah.
Very few have, I would bet probably no one has experienced what you've experienced and lived. It's quite the tale.
If
Or
I
the
could
black.
write, I'd write a book about it, but I can't write.
Did
So.
you do all these axe wounds inside his stomach? That's
Yep.
and you look and it's like the stomach is like the lining is that thick and the axe is like that thick, like the rents in his stomach like.
I was trying to get the fuck out of there. Is what I was trying to do.
Oh, and he speaks colorfully.
Are the black dragons still around?
They are.
I run over to them.
While you do that, we're gonna finish up with Kriegan real quick.
Yeah.
Masterful blows, Barbarian.
Thank you.
I would probably suggest fighting it from the outside next time, though. Seems
I started doing that at first.
Oh, so you did
That's right.
both?
Yeah, I started there, and then
Go lay down.
he ate me.
Go lay
And
down.
so then I was there, in there, and now I'm out here, and thank you. You're very pretty. I
Oh.
appreciate it. I'm a little, in the head right. I was in the stomach, so I'm processing, I guess is the right word for that.
She reaches out a hand, touches your forehead, and casts calm emotions on you.
Oh, so I'm still raging, but she did that. I am now Schmer.
She's like, oh, that's never done that before.
Oh, no.
It's Naki Utah. He thinks it's funny. It's fine.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Barbarian gods. I will never understand their credo, but they are
To be
gods.
fair, I don't think anyone does.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm glad I could get you out of the Tarask.
Oh, so I didn't catch your name.
Zariel,
Zariel. Oh, that's a pretty name.
General of the Heavens.
Oh, with a title. Okay.
What is your title?
Elder of Clan Erdnot that I'm working on rebuilding because they all got murdered. That's a sad thing for a happy time because we're not dead. So
Erdnot. They guard the palace walls up in the Celestial Palace. Did you know this?
Yeah, I was gifted a glimpse of it not too long ago.
They're good people. You come from them.
Yes.
No wonder you're not dead. I don't believe I could kill one of them even if I told them to. They would not believe they were dead. And they'd keep fighting.
That makes sense. That's factual.
Kriegan of Clan Erdnot. It was a pleasure.
Once again, thank you very much for all of that. That honestly, that looked really cool from the inside. I know you saw it from the outside and kind of the inside, but like looking through from the inside, it was immaculate. Because it was dark, and then it wasn't dark, and then a flash of light, and then just boom. It was insane.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the show.
Makes perfect sense.
We will see songs about it one day.
I like songs. Maybe if you sing them, I'll come visit.
That would be nice.
Well, I'm going to take.
Hopefully, I'm not inside something next time we meet.
On many occasions, I hope you're right.
Yes.
Or someone.
Oh, goodness.
Wait, what?
Away.
I just like lay down in the sand. It's been a fucking day.
you're like covered in gristle and shit. You're just like the sand is stuck to you. You're just like. You start to contemplate how, man, the more we get, the more everything gets harder. Why does it always get harder?
Can we take a vacation?
I want to go to the Bahamas.
I need a tan.
Grangor, Icarus, and Zealous, a dragon each flies down, and you two, Kriegan, picks you up and flies you over to where Ludder, Bahamut, the Lunar Dyad, the Necromancer, the Lich, the Draco Lich, where they're all at. All the pieces. And they don't drop you, they set you on the ground softly.
I take a knee.
Mhm.
Immediately, seeing both the Lunar Dyad there and Bahamut.
And you can see, sister, he made it. Yeah, but he got beat to fuck first. Well, that's what paladins do. They get beat to fuck, and then they get up and beat them back. It's a horrible circle, I know, but that's what they do. They're good at it. They like it, to be fair. Not as much as that one with the gristle and the sand all over. I think he likes it more.
Just
He
like a
got
half-cocked
eaten.
smile in a lazy way.
But I don't know, Saloon. I think that one likes the being hit more than the hitting. He very well could, but he hits hard.
A little bit.
The Lunar Dyad walk over to you, Gummy. You did your god proud. It was sad when he fell.
Yes, it was. And I'm like trying really hard to kind of like not fall over because at this point I'm exhausted, punctured.
You smell of
Well, I'm-
various questionable fluids.
Yeah, when I'm talking to them, trying to show them respect, I'm kind of feeling for the pouch to make sure the pouch where Poe wasn't damaged or anything like that. Trying to make sure everything's okay.
Poe's
And
fine.
feeling that he's okay, I'm just gonna like grab my amulet.
You hear a voice from Poe. I'm not ready to get up yet.
It's okay. Go back to bed, buddy. You're fine.
Well, why are
You're
you
fine.
poking me?
I'm sorry. I was just making sure you're okay.
His tumble.
Of course I'm okay, but you're sleeping for like the last, I don't know, like month?
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Go. It's okay.
1 second.
Oh,
here.
that's
He starts eating whatever. What was the last thing we bought for him?
like
Turnips.
radishes and turnips and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
So he starts eating those things.
I was
Your
like, oh,
amulet,
that's Krangor for some more later on, buddy. You're good.
your amulet, as you grab it, it's still dark, but it's not cold anymore. And you hear Saloon. Dwarves need time. After a beating the way that they took one for everyone else, they need time to understand, to accept, and to move on. And as you know, dwarves do not move on very quickly.
It's one of our less colorful traits. Yes, that's true.
Saloon pipes up, or Shard pipes up. We call it a character flaw.
This is yeah. It kind of like just falls into
Bahamut, I've seen all this going on. Was this your intention, Ludder?
What do you mean? The intention was that we could kill the Trask and everyone survive it. I mean, there were other things that I was hoping for, but those we can work on. That'll just take time. We just have to fix the area for the raptors, and we can't fix their loss for the year, but we can make it so they don't have to leave.
There might be something that these beings could do to assist. And he nods to the necromancer and the lich. You two. And Harmoncost, finally waking up out of his stupor, looks up, sees the silver dragon, just faints dead away.
Oh, perfect.
What about this one? An exithanter. Is this my end, mighty one? Have you finally come to make me pay for my crimes against life? Not today. No. No. But you could help with this little one's quest to help the Chaos Raptors. I believe it was acid that was used. Wasn't it? And he looks at Cassandra, and Cassandra kind of, yeah, it was. I could help, Ludder, if you'd like me to.
Yes, please. I would appreciate that a lot.
Bahamut intones. The field of battle here is closed. You've all fought well today. If you have evil intention, I expect that you leave this premises, for today is under my protection. If you seek to help, you may stay. Ludder, I must go. This was fun. Thank you.
Before you go,
Yes. Of course.
2 things.
I think I know what one of them is.
Can you help remove the Tarask corpse? Because I don't want it being used for anything destructive or to make anything evil out of it.
Oh, I don't know what. And he looks at Harmoncost and Ixithander. I don't know who. Oh. Fair enough. Red wizards should not be allowed to play with such things. And the body shimmers and fades into the ground. It is gone.
Thank you. And kind of looking down. Secondly,
He looks down too. It's low. Yes.
could I perhaps have a scale?
You want one of my scales?
Well, I kind of like show him my hair. I have all of these other ones, and possibly a legendary like Sphinx, maybe. But we don't talk about him because people don't believe in him. But he's real.
The Sphinx? Yeah,
Yeah.
we like him.
Yeah. So, but that would be really cool to have. And well,
Leonard?
yes.
And he like points to his shoulders. This is bigger than you are.
I understand that, sir. I might be able to get help to carry it.
Here. And he takes one of the scales off of the side of him that's literally about 4 feet by 4 feet wide. He places it in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, for your hair. He takes one of the little scales out of the corner of his eye, plucks it off, and he touches it to your hair, and it weaves itself into your strands of white.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. It's a show I haven't seen in a very long time, and I like the redemption of good and evil. Making those guys fight for the greater good was very palatable.
Well, there's nothing technically to fight for if we all lose. So that is kind of the pirate motto. There's no fun if the game's over.
Fair enough.
Thank
Good
you.
luck. Happy pirating.
Happy godlying. Thank you.
That's all I ever do.
I appreciate it. Thank
Maybe
you.
one of these days Tiamat will come back and I get to fight for real.
Oh. I wonder what color scale they have. Never mind. That's a future question. I appreciate
All the
you.
colors.
All the colors.
all the chromatic colors. And he flies up into the air.
Can I walk over to the black dragons?
Yeah.
I walk over and I say, I see you came to help.
Somewhat
I-
begrudgingly, but yes.
Didn't treat either of you very well. And I regret that, and I'm sorry.
The ancient black dragon looks at the adult dragon. No, not you either. He was kind of a pompous douche. He wanted to kill us.
It's something I'm working on.
You know,
Sure, you had
Don't
first
really do
TBK, but
apologies.
what about second TBK?
but
No.
I'm glad that you said something. Maybe that's part of you working on you.
That's true.
You're not so bad. The adult black dragons look anxiously back and forth, and they walk over to Ludder. The adult black dragon, or the ancient black dragon, looks at you. You've been through a lot. You've seen more than you should have, and you should technically be dead by now. I guess you kind of are dead. But as long as you're with these people, there might be hope for you. Douchebaggery be damned. And he flies away. The adult black dragons walk up to Ludder. Can we go now? Our clutch is unguarded.
Completely understandable. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it so much. If I can help you in any way, always feel free to reach out. Good luck. Good luck with your eggs.
Thank you. And they fly away. Ludder, as you watch them fly away, you recognize the pattern in which they're flying. They are similar to the way that the silver dragon and the onyx dragon fly. There's a friendship in that flight where you give and take from the air to help each other and to keep an eye out for danger. You realize that all dragons who have a deeper friendship might do the same.
Mm-hmm.
What else would you like to do, Ludder?
I want to talk to Saloon and Shar.
So you turn over Bahamut's scale and you sit in it.
Mm-hmm.
And Saloon, that's quite the trophy. I didn't think he'd give one up. It's kind of stuck in his ways a little bit and is a stick up his ass some days.
Well,
But you got one.
I did.
I know a guy like that.
I was wondering if I could ask you well, maybe not you, Saloon, but Shar, because she had a lot of knowledge of what happened to Zealous. And
Yes, you do.
you said that he had a wife. Is she still around? Like, can we go find her?
No. She is gone.
Okay.
And those memories of his hold nothing but pain. Might be good for him to just move on from now. I thought I was helping. But sometimes pain is just better left undiscovered.
I appreciate that. And thank you. I just, with him being our friend, I would want to help guide him the right direction. And I feel like that's the insight that I needed. So I appreciate it a lot. And thank you guys for even coming. Both of you. Brilliant and beautiful. Thank you.
Here, Shar, I told you, sister, we weren't needed. No, but it was fun to watch. And there was the portal.
Yeah,
We
what
helped.
would we have done without the portal? Can they just go back, the trees, can everybody go back through my pocket realm portal?
Oh,
Or-
that we'll send them back.
Okay, thank you.
Branch hops off. That's my job. Anyway, all right, come on, guys, back through the hole. No, through the hole. You're disgusting. Vine blights have such a sick sense of humor, man. Like Ludder, I'm glad you can't hear them all the time. It is the holes. Ugh.
Is the Vine Blight that I hung out with for a while? Do I see him anywhere?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh god.
Oh, I closed my character sheet. Hold on. All right.
With advantage because you have your keen senses.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So there's a line of like twig blights, vine blights, are all interspersed in a column walking towards the portal, and you see Rick, John, Steve, Todd, Jim.
The giant needle
just-
blight from hell.
I just took over. Bye, Steve. Appreciate it, buddy.
He runs faster.
Oh, I see. I'm just
Maybe-
doing this and running.
Maybe he didn't hear me. He's got tree stuff to do, apparently.
He's a weird one, that one.
We're the
He's
best
never been
friends.
right. Kriegan, you took him out looking for stuff in Barovia, and he's never quite, come back from that.
He probably misses me.
Oh, 100%. You should go visit
Yeah.
him in the pocket realm sometime.
Actually, you know I should. I need to see Samuel too.
Hold on one second. Let me see if I can grab him. Steve! Front center! You hear some stock still. He turns around and walks up to Branch. Steve, this is Kriegan. You remember Kriegan. Will you turn into a nut for me, please? He's... No. Please, no.
Wait, you talk?
He's shaking his head. I'm saying no because I'm moving my head no. He doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Shakes his head. He goes, now. That's an order. And he just, whoop, he picks up the seed, hands it to you, Kriegan. There.
Oh,
Now you have a friend.
now Billy can come with me wherever I go, and I put him in my pocket.
Oh my god.
It vibrates in your pocket.
I wish I could cast calm emotions. So I could cast calm emotions on that little thing.
Now,
Don't worry, Jack is safe with me.
Kriegan, his name was Steve.
Who's Steve?
That's a good question. Well, now you have your friend. Make sure you take him out every day and talk to him.
Oh yeah, he'll love that.
He'll come back to it. I bet you he'll come back.
Oh, perfect.
And
Thank you,
Branch is gonna run off to go sow discord somewhere else. As everybody's leaving, Mandy, Ludder, you see the crater that was where the Tarask hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Past the crater's the ocean. The sun is setting. You see a nice rock on the hill in front of you. It's beautiful.
I pick up, lean up, because I'm strong now. And I'm gonna lean up my platinum scale and I'm gonna roll it as best as I can. I'm gonna
Mhm.
take that time. I'm gonna get it over there. And I'm gonna lean it on the rock and then just
Mhm.
lay on my platinum scale.
Watching the sunset.
Yep. Chuffed.
Frangor, you see her, and you kind of giggle to yourself as she kind of picks up her scale and pushes it over and picks it up, pushes it over. And as she's sitting there watching the sunset, that's your motherfucking captain. And you walk over there, take a seat beside her.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you spend a couple of minutes really, in silence, watching the waves crash on the shore, sun dipping below the horizon. It's a scene you guys have seen aboard ship many times, but it never gets old.
Never would.
You say anything to Ludder?
I look at her. You just paid off the biggest gamble in probably history. Best damn captain I know.
You died today, by the way.
I did die,
Yeah.
but that's not the point.
Okay. Sorry.
Am I dead now?
No.
Are you dead?
Your
No.
Bahamut was, you're welcome.
Is Kriegan dead?
No.
Icarus?
No.
Zealous?
No.
We won.
We did.
You won.
Everybody won, because it would have been bad.
Regan, as you're talking to her, you look down and you see she's sitting in this massive platinum scale. And you know where it came from.
That's also big bragging rights, Ludder.
I don't
A
know.
scale of Bahamut.
I know, but, and I like literally squealed with excitement. Then I reserved completely back.
Yeah.
I didn't think that it would work, but it worked. It worked, and that's the sign of a good plan. Perfectly executed.
We gave you the time you needed.
You guys did, and I appreciate it.
I walk down to the water's edge and I throw my member cookies into the ocean. And I say, I kind of like who I'm becoming. I don't think I need these anymore.
Yes.
They float on top of the water for a minute, and as they get saturated, they sink, and then you see them break apart a couple feet below the water and then get pulled out with the tide. You realize you are okay the way you are, and you're going to learn a lot more things, but you shouldn't be chained to your past. Any change is good change sometimes, and sometimes the past belongs behind you. You instantly feel better. Not magic, no potions. It's a little feeling inside of you that you're on a path and you don't know where it leads. But as you turn around to walk back up from the shore, you see your team up on the hill, and your path goes with them. You are a Mandurlorian, damn it.
Better than that damn box.
Anything.
I wave
bucks.
Kriegan and Icarus and Zealous over to where we're sitting down. Just so we can all take a moment and just fucking enjoy it.
I kind of lean on the other side of the rock. Sit there for a second, but Ludder, you're fucking great. I need a fucking horse trough, though.
You do. You
I
kind of
smell
smell.
horrible.
Yeah. Not as
Piece of
bad as
advice.
Icarus, still, but
Never. Oh, yeah, that's true. But he doesn't do horse troughs. Horse troughs is actually the greatest thing you never do.
Actually, I know what I'm talking about, but
I just thank you, Ludder, for being you.
not a problem. Thank you guys for getting me enough time.
Piece of advice:
Yeah?
don't get eaten.
Yeah, I don't take well.
It's not all it's cracked up. It's supposed to be. I kind of pass out.
Just exhausted.
yeah, just fucking.
As I see him pass out, I'm gonna like sit down next to Ludder and bring out one of my bottles of champagne du stonk. Just like pop it and hand it over to Ludder.
Kriegan's just
This
like,
is a good time for this.
I drink some. I agree. You guys did phenomenally well.
That thing hurt. That thing hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, at least I died smiling, right?
Damn
You-
straight.
You did.
You're not dead now, motherfucker.
As the bottle travels back and forth, tastes delicious. This is the Champagne du Stomp from Barovia, Wizards of the Wine's primo vintage. And neither one of you can think of a better time to pop one of these bottles than after you slay the Tarask. You got help from gods and dragons and angels, trees. Behind it all was your bunny, your captain, your leader. You didn't know you were going to die today, but you're not dead now. Your leader would never let you die if she couldn't do anything about it. As the sun slips behind the horizon and the land grows dark, Gummy, you use your hand to make a fire. And you sit around on the rocks, watching the waves lap at the shore. And we're going to end our session as you watch the fire and relax for the evening. Everybody but Zels gets a long rest.
That was fucking amazing.
Fucking
Wow, yeah.
session, Cloud.
Whew.